I try to remember my youth. It evaporates into 76 memories. One memory was that you believed the earth was made perfect by God, and that humans fouled it up, and that sin was something we gave birth to as God shook his head at our idiocy. How could they choose terror and loss? I don't think God really ever wanted perfection if he designed the things he made with an instinct to screw up. Author Neil Shusterman once stated, "Words don't hurt you." One of the biggest criminal lies perpetuated by adults against children, because words hurt more than any physical pain. This theme is echoed in To This Day by Shane Corzine and Victory Explosions by Derek Brown. Both authors explore the will to stand up to the pain and heartache of words. I'd take sticks and stones any day. A program. Fighting it, and sometimes failing, is beautiful and hard. Screwing up is part of the program. Call it sin. Call it human. Maybe there are codes built inside of darkness needing light, and vice versa. It did not shake your belief in the existence of a God, but it shook your belief in the bland necessity for perfection. It birthed the belief that the human who could figure out the balance of a hunger for winning and a deep respect for losing would win the life trophy. When I was a kid, I used to think that pork chops and karate chops were the same thing. I thought they were both pork chops. And because my grandmother thought it was cute, and because they were my favorite, she let me keep doing it. Not really a big deal. One day before I realized that fat kids are not designed to climb trees, I fell out of a tree and bruised the right side of my body. I didn't want to tell my grandmother about it because I was scared I'd get in trouble for playing somewhere I shouldn't have been. A few days later, the gym teacher noticed the bruise. Launching off the swing set into the air, your first sensation of flight. An innocent season for getting your ass kicked by a boy who thought it would be a nice sign of his love. Adam White heard I'd kissed her underwater at her Dutch pool party, French style, which is weird for a 5th grader. These were skill sets as a 5th grader my tongue was not prepared for. I did not know who started the rumor, but I was about to pay for it with the cash of my face. The same field we chased girls together in, the strong, freckled Adam challenged me to my first fist fight. I felt like a coward in a costume of a coward. I was skinnier than a dead model. No matter how much I denied the rumor, his freckles kept popping from his face like Braille. Your ass is grass, Derek Brown. I know. The crowd gathered. A few days later, the gym teacher noticed the bruise and I got sent to the principal's office. From there, I was sent to another small room with a real nice lady who asked me all kinds of questions about my life at home. I saw no reason to lie. As far as I was concerned, life was pretty good. I told her whenever I'm sad, my grandmother gives me karate chops. This led to a full-scale investigation, and I was removed from the house for 3 days until they finally decided to ask. How I got the bruises. News of this silly little story spread quickly through the school, and I earned my first nickname, Pork Chop. The crowd gathered. I stared at them like a sparrow, trapped in an airport terminal, wanting the sky but stuck against the glass. I stood like a cricket in a junkyard of fiddles, unable to stop my legs from shaking, music from my knees. He swore he loved her and that I would pay, his forehead blistering, wrinkling like a crumpled valentine. Where in the hell were the teachers? What I wanted was mercy, but even I didn't know what that word meant. To this day, I hate pork chops. I'm not the only kid who grew up this way. Surrounded by people who used to say that rhyme about sticks and stones as if broken bones hurt more than the names we got called. And we got called them all. So we grew up believing no one would ever fall in love with us. That we'd be lonely forever. That we'd never meet someone to make us feel like the sun was something they built for us in their tool shed. So broken heartstrings bled the blues as we tried to empty ourselves so we would feel nothing. His fist came out and crushed at my jaw. My eyes went black, and all that I saw was a shower of lightning bugs. Children flashing into sunshine, my teeth penetrating my cheek, falling backwards, blood fertilizing the softball field. Every school was a big top circus tent, and the pecking order went from acrobats to lion tamers, from clowns to carnies. All of these were miles ahead of who we were. We were freaks. Lobster-clawed boys and bearded ladies, oddities juggling depression and loneliness, playing solitaire, spin the bottle, trying to kiss the wounded parts of ourselves and heal. But I want to tell you that all of this is just debris. Left over when we finally decide to smash all the things we thought we used to be. And if you can't see anything beautiful about yourself, get a better mirror. Look a little closer, stare a little longer, because there is something inside you that made you keep trying despite everyone who told you to quit. You built a cast around your broken heart and signed it to yourself. You signed it, they were wrong. Because maybe you didn't belong to a group or a clique. Maybe you were picked last for basketball or for everything. Maybe you used to bring bruises and broken teeth to show and tell, but never told, because how can you hold your ground if everyone around you wants to bury you beneath it? You have to believe that they were wrong. Alone there, baptized in warm blood, I now knew the cost of the satin sponge and the slop of a girl's ridiculous lips. 'Cause guess what? We did kiss underwater at that Dutch pool party like aqua spies, and it was worth it. There's nothing for me to learn from winning when it is the losing that has yielded the unforgettable lessons. We grew up learning to cheer on the underdog because we see ourselves in them. We are graduating members of the class of We Made It, and not the faded echoes of voices crying out names that never heard me. Of course, he did. But our lives will only ever continue to be a balancing act that has less to do with pain and more to do with beauty.